By now you probably know all about the Apple iPhone 5, but here at What Digital Camera we're primarily interested in how it performs as a camera, so let's take a look. Now when the iPhone 4S came out there was a huge leap in quality over the 4. The differences between the 5 and the 4S are much more subtle. The most obvious are in the physical shape of the phone, which is now longer. It's now a 4-inch screen instead of a 3.5-inch, and that enables the inclusion of a 16:9 ratio screen, which is the same as widescreen video. Now the iPhone 5 does have a newly designed sensor, but it remains 8 megapixel. It also has a new sapphire crystal outer lens, although that's included more for protection than for image quality purposes. The big improvement though is in the speed, thanks to the new A6 processor, which is twice as fast as the A5. This means that the camera will be activated more quickly, images will be captured, edited and saved and shared more quickly too. There are several functional improvements too. The top ISO has been boosted from 1000 to 3200 ISO, although you can't select this manually, and you do have to be in very low light in order for the ISO to actually go above that 1000 point. There's also a new panorama mode, which you can also get in iOS 6, which produces instant 240-degree images simply by sweeping the phone in an arc, a feature found on some digital still cameras too. This is simple to use. You just press the button, and as you move the camera around in an arc, the image is recorded in a panoramic format and stitched together instantly. Video recordings benefit from several enhancements too. The image stabilization has been beefed up to make recordings smoother, while the addition of an extra rear-facing mic provides better sound quality than having to use the phone mic, which faces the wrong way for video. Users can now also take 1920 by 1080 pixel still images during video recording simultaneously, which is a great feature for anyone who's ever agonized over whether to shoot stills or video of junior's school sports day sack race. The front camera is now HD too, so self-portraits and FaceTime chats will look a lot more high resolution than they looked before. So on to the image quality. The camera module in the iPhone 5 may be different from the one in the 4S, but it behaves in an almost identical way. Using both cameras side by side, the images are virtually indistinguishable in normal conditions and even indoors. Sharpness and detail are excellent, while exposures are generally spot on with punchy but not unnatural colours. In extremely low light though, such as candlelight, is a different story. The iPhone 5 still produces usable, if noisy, images with recognisable shadow details in conditions when the iPhone 4S fails to capture any image at all. So the Apple iPhone remains one of the very best camera phones on the market. The differences between the 5 and the 4 are subtle, except unless you're shooting in very low light, but they're still worth having, and some of the extra features which you can get in iOS 6 are quite handy too.